Hi everyone, let's get things going. So we're going to start off. Tuesdays are seated stretching and mobility routine. So from here, let's start off with our upper body. We're going to start from the top and work our way down. So let's start with our neck. And we're going to start with the head and then go all the way down to the feet. So from here, tilt one head to the side, or tilt your head to one side. And you're trying to drop your ear towards your shoulder. And you're just trying to hold there. Try to relax your shoulders as well, right? Drop the shoulders. You can just kind of let your forearms rest in your lap. Go to the other side. And again, you're just trying to go through the range of motion very slowly. Go to the other side. So as you go back and forth, side to side, you're not trying to force the stretch. You're moving slowly. You're letting the weight of your head and gravity do the rest of the work for you. Go to the other side again. Again, think about relaxing your shoulders, dropping the head down. Try not to have any tension in your shoulders or arms. Your legs are relaxed as well. One more time to both sides. Other side again, last one. Try not to lean to the side, just let your head go to the side. Relax those shoulders. Bring the chin down. Sitting as tall as you can. Relaxing your shoulders. Activate your stomach, right? Suck in the stomach, tighten it up. Engage your core. And just let, again, the weight of your head and gravity pull the head down. If you need a little extra stretch, you can lightly press on the back of your head and push down. Nice and easy release. And so now we're going to turn our chin. Try to keep your body as straight as you can. Again, relaxing the shoulders, but still sitting tall, pulling in the stomach. And now you're just trying to look over your shoulder, but try to keep your shoulders facing forward. Hold it for a couple of seconds and then very slowly look over your other shoulder. And you should feel a good stretch. Go to the other side. So as you turn to the right, you should feel a stretch on your left side of your neck. Nice and easy, come out of that. Go to the other side. Now as you go to that one side, now we're going to the left. You feel your left side contract to help you turn your head. But then the right side is stretching. So you're actively contracting and stretching both sides of your neck. Go to the other side. And again, just going slow. Real slow. Again, going to the other side. You're just trying to look as far as you can over your shoulder, keeping your shoulders and chest facing forward. Turn the head. Turn your chin. One more time to both sides. Turn as much as you can, but keep your body still. Last one, other side. All right, nice and easy. Let's work on our shoulders now. So from here, we're going to get our arms up to about a 90-degree angle. And we're gonna bring it in. So you wanna get your hands, forearms, and elbows to touch. And they're right in front of your face and in front of your chest. And then from there we go out to the side, still keeping your arms bent, and then go as far back as you can. But still trying to keep your elbows and your hands in alignment. In other words, you're not letting your hands drop down as you're bringing your elbows back. So the challenge is trying to keep your wrist above your elbows as you come backwards. And so we are activating the back of our body, upper back. Bring the arms forward again. Take a little break. And from here we stretch out that upper body a little bit. You should feel the shoulder blades pull apart and separate. Come out to the side again. So your upper back is contracting and working. Those muscles are working to bring your arms back. And now you should be feeling a stretch through the chest and shoulders. So we're contracting and stretching. Bring it in. And so now I want you to press your hands and your forearms in tight to each other. Really press firmly against each other. And so now you're getting your chest to work a little bit. You're getting your shoulders and arms to work a little bit. And you're pushing hard. Push hard against your hands. Push hard against your forearms. Then come back out to the side. Squeeze. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. It's okay if your forearms or if your hands lean forward a little bit. Again, you're just trying to do the best you can to keep your hands above your elbows. And then go forward again. Bring it in. Squeeze. Press. Press the palms together really hard. Press the forearms together really hard and squeeze it. Squeeze it. You should feel a little bit of a stretch in your upper back, right around the shoulder blades. Come out to the side again, as wide as you can. You feel those upper back muscles tighten up and squeeze. But now you're also feeling the stretch in the chest, the front of the body. One more time. To the front, squeeze, press the hands in, press the forearms in, hard, squeeze, 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 as much as you can. You should start shaking a little bit. Squeeze, open up, stretch, bring those hands and elbows back, stretch, stretch, stretch. Nice and easy, come out of that. We're gonna work one arm. And we're going to do a big circle. So make sure your arm is outside of the chair. If you have an armrest, just be mindful and avoid it. We're going to go a big circle behind your body, above the body, to the front of your body. So that arm is just traveling outside your body. We're doing one arm at a time. And you're trying to bring your arm as far back as you can, as high up as you can, and then straight to the front. Now, not everyone can do a big full circle like that, and that's totally fine. You're doing what you can. Of course, try to avoid any kind of pain. So maybe you have to do a smaller circle. Maybe your hand isn't going as high up towards the ceiling. Make adjustments. But still work on your range of motion. It's still good to stretch and move. All right, so we're working on mobility. So now we're going to change direction. So same arm, but you're reversing the movement, reversing the direction. And this one's a little bit easier if you're going from the front to the top to the back. It's a little easier to work on your range of motion through the chest and shoulder as you come back. But again, be mindful of your body. One more. All right, other arm, same thing. Doesn't matter which direction you start with, we're going to end up reversing it anyway. Big circle, as big as you're comfortable with. And don't force it, but still work on your range of motion. Change directions, same arm, reverse the motion. Two more. Nice and easy, come out of that. Let's work on our hands a little bit. So from here, try to open your hands as big as you can. Open, spread the fingers apart. Now I have my forearms resting on my thighs, just so I can focus on my hands. And I'm trying to open as much as I can, then squeeze. Make a good strong fist. Right, the thumbs are on the outside. Squeeze the hands in. Open and expand. As big as you can get with your hands. Spread those fingers apart. Squeeze. Make a strong, tight fist. Really squeeze as hard as you can. Open back up again. Squeeze. Make a fist. Open. Spread the fingers. Squeeze, make a fist, spread the fingers, make a fist, spread the fingers, make a fist. One more time, spread those fingers, and then shake them out. Shake out those hands. Really try to let your fingers completely relax, and then have the tension in the forearms and the wrists, and just shake out those fingers. And then from here, we're going to start with one palm facing to the front. Fingers are pointing down. I'm going to start with my right hand. Extend it out, right arm in front of me. Fingers are pointing down, and I'm just going to pull on the four fingers. My thumb is not involved. Thumb is just out of the way. And I'm going to pull on my fingers. My forearm is facing up towards the ceiling. Palm is facing forward. Fingers are pointing down to the best of your ability. Do the best you can. And then gently pull on your fingers, and you should feel a stretch in your forearms. Again, every stretch we do, every move we do, you want to be careful and go slow. Don't force the stretch. Don't start off too quick. Always start off slow. Switch hands, palm out, fingers pointing down. Use your other hand to pull on the four fingers very gently, nice and easy. Don't force it. Nice and easy, come out of that. All right, to the hips. The hips and low back, so these are going to be a nice combination that we're going to work on. Let's start with our leg crossing over. One leg on top of the other, so your ankle is hanging over the edge of the thigh. You have one leg down. I'm starting with my left leg crossing over on top of my right thigh, right foot on the ground. You have options here. You can push on that knee, and I'm leaning back. I'm leaning back into my chair, and I'm pushing the knee away from my torso. Now this is how I'm going to begin. because eventually I'm going to want a little bit more of a deeper stretch. And how you get that is you move that down foot to the front just a little, like a half step, and now you get your back off the chair, and now you're bending your arm and you're pushing your elbow and forearm into that knee, and you're leaning forward, you're leaning into the leg. And I have my hands wrapped around part of my shoe, and I'm wrapped around my shin, and I am pulling, using a little leverage there with my hands. And I'm pulling with my hands, and I'm digging in with my elbow. And that's how you get a little extra. And so whatever leg is up and bent, you should be feeling it on that hip, the glute, the butt area, which is good. That's what we're trying to stretch. It's a good one to do if you're sitting. And believe it or not, you can do this from a seated position at your desk, on the sofa, reading the paper, watching TV, working on your computer. So you can definitely do this stretch at any moment in time when you're standing, or I'm sorry, sitting. Switch legs. So my right side is really tight for me. I already know that. So this side is, I'm going to start real slow. Bending the other leg on top, so now my right leg is bent. Right ankle is crossed over on top of my left thigh. Pushing that right knee down with my hand to begin with. Eventually, I'll lean forward and get my forearm and elbow on there. Now again, you don't have to use your arm or your body. If this is enough for you and that's all you can do, just crossing over like this is fine. You can cross over at the knees if this is a little better for you, or you can cross over at the feet. It's totally up to you. I should have said that when we were on the other side, sorry. But if you know one side is tighter than the other, then eventually we're going to go back to that tighter side. So if you're pretty even, you're fine, don't worry about it. But if you're noticing that one side is tighter than the other, we're going to switch sides in about 30 seconds. If you're not already on that tighter side. So I'm going to spend about a minute on this side. So in 30 seconds, you're going to go to the side that was tighter. If you're already there, then you can just stay there. I'm going to get a deeper stretch now, and I'm going to lean into my leg a little bit more and use my forearm and elbow. Again, I'm holding on to my leg with my hands, pushing down with my forearm. And so start to make the transition to the tighter side. So go ahead and bend the other leg and get yourself situated and get right back into the stretch. And we're going to spend about another 30 seconds here stretching out the tight side or tighter side. And if it was pretty even for you, then just stick with the side that's comfortable that you want to work on. Whatever side, maybe if it just felt better. Sometimes the range of motion can be the same, but you feel a little bit better stretching one side. And that's fine. All right, nice and easy, come out of that. We're gonna work on our lower back. So we gotta be careful on this one. If you have an armchair, you're gonna turn to one side, grabbing that arm of your chair and twisting. So two hands grabbing the armchair. If you don't have an arm bar on your chair, one hand right outside the knee, other hand on the seat of your chair, and I'll give you a side view. Holding on here, holding on to the seat, and now I'm trying to twist to my left. So I'm on my left side. Right hand on the outside of my left knee, left hand grabbing the left side of the seat of my chair, and again, very gently, we're twisting. Very slowly, very gently. Go through the range of motion nice and easy. Now, if you're holding onto the arm of your chair, you're up here and you're doing the same thing. You're using your arms as leverage. They're working a little bit to help you stretch out your lower back. Okay, other side, and I'll give you this side view. So if you don't have the arm bar, grab one leg, left hand outside the right knee, right hand on the right side of the chair, the seat of your chair, turning to the right, twisting, turning your shoulders over towards the right side. And if you have that arm bar on your chair, you're grabbing it, using it as leverage, and twisting. Okay, moving on. Hamstrings. One leg is straight, other leg is bent and supportive. Try to straighten out your leg as much as you can. Two hands, sliding down the thigh, past the knee, working your way towards the shin. Go down as far as you can. To the ankle, maybe the heel, maybe the toes. Wherever you're at is fine, but try to make sure your knee is not bent. Straighten out the leg. Do not bend your knee. And then from there, you slide the hands down. So however far you can reach with the straight leg is ideally what you want. Nice and easy. Switch legs. Other side. Straight leg first. Two hands sliding down. Alright, moving on to the ankles. So from here, we're just going to work on mobility, doing a circle. You can sit all the way back in your chair, get comfortable, relax the upper body, relax your arms, and do a nice circle with your foot. Big range of motion. Use your toes as a guide to draw that circle. Big, big circle, and follow your toes. Big circle. Now change directions. Reverse the movement. One direction is a little harder than the other, and that's okay. Change feet, other leg. Start off with that leg up in the air, elevated, and start moving the foot. Using the toes as your guide to draw a circle. Change directions. All right, last thing, toe raise and then a calf raise. So we're lifting and raising the heels. Raise the toes, press the toes down, lift the heels. And so we're working on mobility. Right, so we obviously worked on the mobility for the ankles going in a circle. Now we're focusing on front to back, linear movement. So you're lifting the heels as high as you can, then the toes. Raise the heels as high as you can, then raise the toes. Raise the heels, drop the heels, raise the toes. Drop the toes, raise the heels. And continue to work on that range of motion, trying to lift your toes as high as you can, and trying to lift your heels as high as you can. Couple more. Raise the toes, raise the heels. Raise the toes, raise the heels. Last one. Toes, heels, and relax. Take your shoes off. If you don't have any shoes on, then good for you. You're gonna walk around barefoot for the next 5 minutes. Spread the toes. So what I want you to do is lift the foot off the ground, but keep the heel grounded. So the heel stays down. The front part of your foot, the toes are up, and now curl your toes. Bring the toes in, underneath the feet. Curl the toes in, and then open up and expand and relax them on the ground. Lift the foot up, bring the toes in, curl, expand, lift the toes out, spread them apart, drop them on the ground. One more time, lift, curl, squeeze the foot in, toes in, I should say, and then expand, spread them out, push out those toes, move the feet in the toes in the other direction, toes are up, and relax. We're all done. Bravo. Walk around barefoot for a little bit, just so your feet can get out of the shoes and decompress, right? Because the shoes can really constrict your feet and tighten it up, which tightens up the muscles, which tightens up all the bones and the ligaments and everything in there. So it makes it very, very constrictive on your foot, which tightens everything up. So it's good to take off your shoes and expand. And we're all done. Have a great rest of your day, everyone. We are all finished.